When they crown you and you rise up to your position, carry on tradition. When they knight you and you go to fight, go to war, don't petition. Carry on tradition. Carry on tradition.
Alright, what's up everybody? This is Landon Hill from Straight Outta Hip Hop. I'm here with my friend, my homie, my brother, man, Aaron White. What's going on, sir?
Man. Good, good.
How's everything?
I can't complain, man. Can't complain, dude.
Good, man, good. Well, we're here today to talk about your latest show.
Yeah.
There's been a few of them, but this latest run you've been on is for The Blood They Shed. Right here, if y'all can see that flyer, The Blood They Shed. And you know, this, I've seen this, what, maybe 3 or 4 times now. It's different, it's a little bit different every time, and so that's part of the reason that makes it so enticing. But man, just starting off, let us know a little bit about what it is. We'll get into more of the details later, but just what it is, how you came about doing it.
Cool.
You know.
The Blood They Shed literally is like what you hear with the title. It's really about the blood, sweat, and tears of people who have passed on before us. It's really based off of like other cultures as well. Obviously, I'm African American, so it's based a lot off of my culture. But because of diverse LA, how diverse LA is, it's like really about a lot of people's cultures and the struggle and the fight. However, my favorite thing about doing this show is it's really based on obviously pop culture, hip hop, music, what we see on television, social media, reality TV shows. I mean, everything that we bombarded with media wise, it's like it literally is all wrapped up in this show. So you'll see a lot of media images, you'll see like clips from music videos, and it's just like the basis of the show is what you meditate on, you become. You know what I mean? So whatever you take in daily, just like food, if you eating fast food every day, you're gonna have a pot belly and ain't gonna be able to run. Just like it is with music, if you listen to that same stuff constantly, be it like negative, be it like everything is shoot 'em up or smoke weed constantly, easily become that.
Yeah, and man, and so as you guys heard, like hip hop plays a big role along with everything else, and so I want to get into that. But even before we do, because obviously the show is what we see, but like even behind the scenes, man, that's another thing that I'm kind of close to it, and I can see like what you have going on. You do this with your wife, man. You got other things, other projects that are going on outside of just, you know, rehearsing lines. Like y'all are doing real work. Just let me know like what that's like working with your wife every day. You have this, you have a small camp, but a camp that works hard. You know, you have these other projects. Like, what is that like, and how does that all help to fuel the play?
Oh man, that's real. What you're talking about is me and my wife, we have a company called Slingshot Media, and we go into group homes, probation camps, where at-risk youth are. I mean, honestly, and we'll perform like in the jail at their dining hall, you know what I mean, in front of hundreds of inmates, and it's me and my wife. And what we do is we'll perform this show, but really we teaching kids how to make beats, how to use their mind creatively. They have no outlets, you know what I mean? So a lot of the at-risk or the foster care kids or the kids who are in group homes, they come back home and they deal with a therapist. They deal with drug and alcohol class, but they don't have an outlet. So Slingshot Media, me and my wife, we go in and we honestly provide this youth with a creative outlet. Music, photography, dance, whatever it is that get us through.
And I think that's dope, because I think a lot of times the youth, and we hear it all the time, but it's true, like a lot of youth think that the only way out is through music or sports, and so to let them have art, let them have dance, let them have these other outlets, you know, and I think personally that also helps to fuel them in their academics as well, because they do have that outlet that you're talking about. But also, man, because I think this is another huge part, and this is how we met, like through church and stuff like that. Let them know what Slingshot Media means, how you guys, and why you guys decided to come up with the name for those that may not get the connotation.
Slingshot Media is based off the David Goliath story, and literally I remember hearing this sermon one time and just being a knucklehead, just sitting in church, and it was like the first, like, it just woke me up when I heard the story of David. And basically, man, David, little small dude, got to go against big dude, you know what I mean? And me being like my strength and my height, you know, it's like it's just like as if I had to go against Shaq right now. But anyway, my dude fought with what he knew how to fight with, and it was a slingshot. They tried to dress him up in a big sword and this big armor, and he couldn't even move with that. So what we teach the youth is fight how you know, be who you are to go against the obstacles and the giants in your life. That it's not going to try to be like somebody else. we equip them really with Slingshot Media based off of just however you war, whatever you're good at, get better at it, and that's how you're gonna overcome your obstacles.
Yeah, and I think, man, the irony in that as it pertains to hip hop is that a lot of hip hop nowadays is so much following the trend, but it's supposed to be about being real, being yourself. And the play deals a lot with that. It deals a lot with music in general, the music you heard growing up, up to hip hop now, how that played a role in your life. Let us know what it was like growing up, how you were introduced to hip hop, maybe the music that you were listening to before you were, and then how you perceive it to be now.
Okay. Man, hip hop, I grew up, I love anything that was different and off. Like, I remember when Common was Common Sense, and he had this song, Take It Easy, Easy. Like, his whole voice was, he would do a high pitched thing with his voice. Tribe Called Quest, anything that was just different. That's why I love it. That's why we fell in love with it, because it was like, I would see at the time, just in South Central LA, we had something called The Box. I don't know if anybody knows the Box.
I remember The Box. I couldn't order no songs, but I remember The Box.
I ordered a game, so we got in trouble. It was like $80 of like videos. But I liked anything that was different. And I tell you, my range of hip hop was from Ice Cube to like anything from Dale the Funky Homo Sapien to Pharcyde, Souls of Mischief, all the way to Bloods and Crips. Like, literally, the albums. And I mean, so I say that to be like, nowadays, like what you said, it seems like everything is so cookie cutter. You know what I mean? Like, everything is so, it takes step A, step B, step C to produce a hit album, as opposed to people just trying whatever and just doing it because that area does that type of music, and they presented it now to the world. You don't see that nowadays.
And man, there is a scene in the play, and I'm not gonna give away too much because we want you guys to get these tickets, and so we'll explain to you a little bit later like what that is while we're having this interview now. But there's a scene in the play, man, where you speak to hip hop literally, and just ask it to get better. And I think it's really powerful because it helps to put it into perspective that, man, this is a culture, and this culture has done so much for the people, and we tend to kind of let that slip away a lot of times. And so that was one of the first things that really grabbed me, like when I first saw the play, and I was like, man, this is like the stuff that I talk about on the blog and everything. That's a lot of what I see in the play. But it doesn't stop there, and I think the beautiful thing and the reason that it's reaching a lot more folks, and the reason you're getting more exposure is because you're using what people know, throwing it back in their faces, and they're starting to realize, like, wow, maybe I am kind of doing, you know, taking this in too much. Maybe I am. So what was why was it that you decided to do the play the way you did, in terms of it being a one-man show, in terms of it being, you know, we were talking a little bit earlier just about the function of it and how, you know, maybe choppy it is versus it being just a straight storyline. How did all of that come about in terms of creating this play? Okay,
dope. It was well, like you said, it was really just a lot of pieces of poetry. There's a lot of spoken word pieces. And, you know, and I would go to different spoken poetry lounge, different places in LA, just doing spoken word. But because of my theatrical background, I went to Cal Arts, and that was a theater school. So I merged spoken word with theater, and that's what you're gonna see in this show. And that's why it's a one-man show. And it's also a lot of what I would say stand-up comedy in it. So those are spoken.
It's funny though,
Spoken word is like a one-man thing, and then comedy, you know, you just got yourself on stage, and it moves like how society moves. So many times we'll be watching, even to be at sports, some commercials hit, we're gonna flip to what's on Discovery Channel, what's on this show right here. So the show moves like you're watching television. It moves like how the world moves. It moves like you on Facebook right now, then you're gonna flip over to Twitter, then you're gonna flip over to see highlights that your homie just texted you. You get what I mean? So that's how the show moves. And yeah, and that's how it's meant to be.
So so you're going into the Hollywood festival now, about to perform. Like, it's crazy because the first time I saw, we were in Leimert Park. I live in Leimert Park. Like, that's where you used to run at. this like really small, just central location.
Little box theater.
Yeah, but it's a little box theater, and then I've seen you grow from that into this bigger theater, and now off to a festival, and like in a matter of months, dude.
Matter of months.
Like what would you contribute to the success, and like what does it mean now to be able to be in this festival? What do you hope to get out of it? And that sort of thing.
Oh man, honestly, I mean, for real, I feel like God put this message in my heart. I always tell people, when you have something that you just feel like it makes you want to throw up, like, I mean, when you just feel like if you don't say it, no one else will. And I honestly just really know that God really put that in my heart to be like, you know, and not like talk about everybody, but be like, dang, I play a part in this. You know what I mean? You play a part in this. We all play a part in it. And honestly, to see it grow from, first it started out just like in like me at the house. And I invite people, don't know this, I invited people to come to the house to check it out.
Crazy.
Then it went to Leimert, and that was a big step from the house to Leimert. And now to be in Hollywood, I'm at where the industry is. Like, so that's why we were like, let's take it to the Fringe Festival. Let's take it to where the industry is. Bump this being just like a hood thing or like a street thing. Let's go to where the industry is, and that's Los Angeles, California. There's no bigger industry when it comes to pop culture, you know. The arts is in New York, and here we have straight industry. And so to bring the arts to LA and to bring South Central LA to Hollywood, to mix all that up into the blood they shed, this is powerful.
And so for those that are in LA, are gonna be in the LA area, man, yeah, this is the 2013 Hollywood Fringe Festival. It looks like this Friday, June 7th is gonna be the first date, right? And tickets are $750 for that.
Yes, tickets are as cheap as it'll be, $750 for that, and it's press night, and it's gonna be a lot of just Hollywood execs. It's gonna be a really good one. So it's the cheapest one, and then it's $12 all the way to the end of June 23rd is the last show.
Once again, you guys got plenty of opportunities. Go ahead and check this out. The Blood They Shed starts Friday, June 7th. It's gonna go all the way through the 23rd. We'll put the website up right after the video. Aaron, man, I appreciate the time.
Appreciate it, sir. Thank you, man.
It's been fun.
Always, man.
I hope this run goes extremely well, dude, and we know it's gonna be much more in the future. So y'all be on the lookout for this man right here in Slingshot Media, all right? Catch you on the next one. Peace.